Welcome to our course reviewing the experimental analysis of behavior. ABA 517, Experimental Analysis of Behavior, is an extension and synthesis of all that you've been learning so far in this program. We may not have access to a rat or pigeon lab, but the basic principles of behavior analysis are the core basis of our applied work as clinicians. It's important that we consider the foundations of our field so that we can continue to keep abreast of new experimental findings and constantly stay up to date with empirically validated applied practice. As such, during this class, you'll be reading and interpreting experimental articles from throughout our field's history and considering the implications for your applied work. No textbook is required. You'll receive the links to all assigned articles online. Here are the overall course learning objectives for EAB, what you'll be expected to be able to do by the time that you pass this course. These objectives are broken down into more specific goals for each module, particularly based around the BACB task list objectives. You can find each module's objectives on D2L. On that note, one of your weekly assignments is to take notes related to the BACB task list objectives that are relevant to each module's topic. You might decide to write in terms and definitions related to each objective, examples, descriptions of interventions based on the basic principles, anything goes. Just be sure to cover every objective provided and to relate each objective back to the overarching topic for the current module. For the first week of class, we'll be discussing an introduction to EAB in class. As such, you can take notes very generally on each BACB task list objective. Consider it a quick review of concepts and principles and measurement and research methods, and prepare notes that will be of use to you when studying for the BACB exam. As you've probably come to expect by now, another weekly assignment is programmed instruction. By midnight the night before class every week, you'll review material that supplements the assigned reading. Remember, you'll see feedback immediately after submitting each answer during the Edpuzzle. Carefully read the feedback and decide whether your answer matches that feedback. If you see that the answer you submitted was wrong, be sure to comment as shown here to explain why you thought your original answer was correct, note your understanding of the correct answer, and/or ask for further clarification. You may need to scroll down from the video in order to see where to comment. This is a very important aspect of completing each Edpuzzle, as it allows your professor to determine A, whether you read the feedback in the first place, and B, whether you're accurately interpreting your answers as right or wrong. Next, prep guides. These are also due by midnight the night before class each week. They will include questions related to each assigned article, though you may also find some help answering the questions in the Edpuzzles as well. Full credit will be awarded so long as you make it a clear attempt to answer each question based on the assigned reading. These prep guides will be discussed in class, so they can't be turned in late. Again, they're due by midnight the night before class, though you can earn a maximum of 8 out of 10 points if they're done by class time. Beyond that time, no credit will be awarded. Then, during class, part of our time will be spent discussing the prep guide answers either as a group or in pairs. You'll correct your prep guide as you go and turn in your updated answers at the end of class. In this case, credit will be contingent upon fully accurate updates to your prep guide. If you have any questions or uncertainty, be sure to work it out with your fellow students and professor. Each class will end with a brief quiz based very directly on a combination of the prep guide questions, material covered in the Edpuzzle, and the related BACB task list objectives. Again, if there's anything you want to review in more detail before the quiz, be sure to bring it up in class. The last contributor to your course grade in this class are article presentations. Twice during the semester, you'll provide a 15 to 20-minute summary of an experimental article to the class, with discussion of the study's experimental questions and methods, and analysis of its graphs and other results. Then, you'll discuss how the implications of the article can inform applied behavior analytic practice. During these presentations, some points are contingent upon you keeping your audience engaged. Keep words on your slides to a minimum. Look at the audience as you present. Ask questions, and build in other forms of active responding, such as guided notes, discussion, or games. You can pick any article from the Journal of Experimental Analysis of Behavior, but you'll also receive a list to pick from if you prefer. You'll select articles and your presentation dates during the first day of class. As with all syllabi at NLU, the remainder of the course's syllabus includes reminders about APA style and plagiarism, late work policies, the overall course schedule, which can be found in more detail module by module on D2L, how points for each type of assignment will contribute toward your final grade, and student resources. That wraps up the overview of the syllabus. Please be sure to read through it carefully as well. Enjoy the rest of your break and see you soon in class.